Let's walk you through the past, present, and future of India's farm bills. Talking about the past in 1960s. The Green Revolution was introduced in India to increase the production of food grains, especially wheat and rice. The new varieties required large amounts of chemical fertilizers and pesticides to produce their high yields. Poor farmers, unable to afford the fertilizers and pesticides, have often reaped even lower yields with these grains than with the older strains. Let's try to understand MSP. In 1960s, government began giving a minimum supporting price as incentive to farmers to grow food crops. If the farmer suffered a loss of its crop, MSP subsidy was given to counter the loss. Only 23 crops were covered under MSP, which put pressure on farmers to grow only high-yield crops instead of their traditional crops. Temporarily, this produced bigger yields than farmers had ever seen, but they came with a catch. The thirsty crops needed much more water than natural rainfall could provide, so farmers had to dig wells, which has led to a vicious cycle of debt because due to lack of government financing, private lenders were free to charge 20 to 24% on loans. In the long term, the Green Revolution ended up hurting the environment and economy as well. Now, let's talk about the present time. Prime Minister Modi and BJP are trying to follow in the footsteps of China, where a majority of population is now living in urban settings due to similar issues. India is trying to form a singular culture through forced language homogenization, mass killings, and now forced migration through imposing these bills. During the BJP reign, the Citizenship Amendment Act, first time that religion had been overtly used as criterion for citizenship, came into play. Article 370, which granted Jammu and Kashmir autonomy, was revoked. 44 labor laws, out of which 29 were in favor of large corporations, were implemented. And now the farming laws have been imposed, which caused nationwide protest and uproar. Reason behind the protests? In 2018, the Declaration of the Human Rights Council recognized farmers' rights as basic human rights. Class 3 of Article 2. A government, before enacting any laws on farmers, should consult the farmers' organizations. Shockingly, India is a signatory on the declaration. So why did they pass these bills without consulting the people that were going to be affected? Class 4 of Article 2. States should protect farmers from non-state buyers, multinational corporations, but BJP government is disregarding this declaration. Let's discuss effects of these bills on our future. The bills bypass the Agricultural Produce Market Committee altogether. Under these bills, the farmer is effectively prevented from moving to the court under Section 13. No suit, protection, or other legal proceedings shall lie against the central or state government in respect of anything intended to be done under this act. This provides sweeping immunity to any person against a crime they've committed or will commit in future. The power to reach court will be denied to our farmers. 86% of farmers own 2.5 acres or less and are already in a debt trap. By throwing them in the hands of private corporations, they'll be reduced to slavery and will be forced to sell at prefixed prices, causing increase in capitalism. Privatization in states like Bihar has resulted in zero income increase in decades, and they're forced to work as laborers in states like Punjab and Haryana. If implemented, these laws will impact inflation for everyone. So this problem is not only a farmer's problem, but everyone's problem.